But you know, there's also another aspect here, and why we picked up this topic, and that is when we see manufacturing firms these days really talking about service, and they have to enhance service and make business out of service more than ever before.
Of course.
We think they do it in the wrong way. We think they do it like looking at their after sales and say, how can we make business out of that? What we are saying is that doesn't create a real new competitive platform for the firm.
Right.
You have to adapt the service logic for your own business. And that's what we are pursuing with this article.
Yeah. Are you proposing this idea to engineers or to the service people?
Oh, we propose it to everybody because we think first and foremost of a business approach, a business model based on a service logic. And so it's not a matter of doing the service, putting together the service, providing the service. That is then the implementation phase. How do we make after-sales service part of this at the same time as we make the product parts of this business model?
But I guess some obvious directions could follow. One of them could be related to rethinking investments. If we're talking about profitable growth, not in terms of production, but rather in terms of service provision, so what do we make out of investments? Not the equipment, not the production facility, but perhaps something else, business models, even markets and so forth. I guess another practical outcome or consequence could be related to what we call joint productivity.
Sure.
If we look at value creating models in the manufacturing perspective, we really, as buyers and sellers, we typically succeed separately.
Sure.
You have your utility function and I have mine, and very often they have nothing in common. What we're claiming is sort of something else.
Okay.
At a certain point, when we look at business from the point of service, our interests become aligned, and it really makes a lot more sense, not just conceptually, but also practically, to think of succeeding together, succeeding jointly. And that's what we talk about when we talk about joint productivity gains.
Okay.
I don't like the use of co-creation in the metaphorical sense, saying that everybody is all somehow, but a little more analytical. So we talked about mutual value creation, something really co-created, something separately, but for a mutual gain. And that is the point here.
Yeah. I guess another observation could be that in service, what we feel makes sort of better sense is to think of value creation not just as a very simple trade-off between what you give and get, but rather what we do together in terms of aligning resources. I think that's one of the terms. And then sort of sharing the benefits through price, which sort of, I think, allows us to think of co-creation a little bit differently.
Yes.
We might work together, co-create together, whatever resource constellations we have or need, but the evaluation or perception of value really is for each and every one to have on their own. If we move from the notion of succeeding separately, I think almost automatically when you start thinking in terms of succeeding jointly, there is a certain social element. There's the trust that kicks in, there's commitment, feelings, emotions, so forth. Absolutely.
Well, we've done a number of cases showing that this works, and there are mutual gains to achieve. Pekka has been doing that, and one of the things here relating to trust is that the parties just have to talk to each other and open their books. So they know value drivers, revenue drivers, cost drivers, and can match their practices. Practice matching a concept we're using here, for example.